Today's incredible erotic chronicle is entitled, I Just Can't Stop Fucking His Friends. You know when you're in class and the airflow in the room starts frolicking along the inside of your legs and up your skirt and you decide to go to the girls' room for a quick wank? Well, that happened to me constantly during my last year of high school. Perhaps if I'd been wearing underwear, it might have created an effective cottony anti-frolic barrier. Alas, I rarely wore such pussy/breeze protection, and my tender loins were now bearing the brunt of this tingly assault. Plus, being the proud owner of a new Brazilian, I'd been diddling my newly bald twat to the point where my fingers couldn't hold a pen anymore. There was just something about those smooth, puffy rolls of skin down there that had me turned into a psychotic clit-clobbering fiend. So off I went in search of sensual succour. Unfortunately, when I got to the bathroom, it was being cleaned. As much as I liked our school janitor, I didn't really feel like whacking the crack in front of him, so I headed out to my girlfriend's car. Yes, I could have just gone back to class, but I was really in the mood. On the way to the parking lot, the feel of my air-tickled legs brushing against one another was almost making me dizzy. As soon as I hit daylight, I excitedly quick-stepped my squelching genitals over to Carissa's Chevy. Fuck! There was someone in the car next to hers. It turned out to be Danny Smith, and he had this weird expression on his face. He had his eyes closed and appeared to be in an epic amount of pain. Then he started to have a seizure. I was quite concerned for him until I realised that he was just tugging one out. Wow, quite a show. That's when he opened up his peepers and saw me staring at him. His eyes became the size of frightened frisbees and he went whiter than the surviving winter brother. I absolutely fucking freaked and tore back into the school unself-abused. For the rest of the day, I was kind of traumatised, but after I got home, I had a couple of calming wanks, and then I got to thinking about seeing Danny squeezing one out of his mustard dispenser. I almost started to feel bad for the poor guy. He was one of those boys who you don't really think much about until you catch him jerking off in a car, that is. High school must have been tough for someone like him. I mean, just because girls are completely indifferent to you doesn't mean you don't like girls. Quite the opposite. And it doesn't mean that you don't require a little self-relief now and again. When you're a girl, you have guys offering you their penises all day long, but pussies tend to be a heck of a lot pickier than their do-wanger brethren. In fact, I've probably had sex with way more girls at my school than most of the guys. See, us straightish ladies get to play with each other whenever we're in the mood and there's no worthy male talent available. But poor lonely straight boys just do not seem inclined to cornhole each other when they lack sufficient female company. Damn them. Whenever I've done a threesome, I haven't even managed to coax my two naked companions to suck each other's dicks. And not for lack of trying. I think that would be so hot. So, as I say, I was feeling suitably bad for Dan, the lonely man. When I saw him in physics class the next morning, he looked like he wanted to commit harakiri with his Bunsen burner. This situation couldn't go on. I slipped him a note to meet me in the parking lot behind the dumpster at noon. He was there on the dot. It's amazing how punctual boys can be when they're scared shitless about something. Hi, he half murmured. You wanted to see me? Danny put his hands into his pockets and stared at the ground right in front of his shoes. This is obviously about what happened yesterday, I replied. He went a whiter shade of pale than even Procol Harum could have imagined. I haven't told anyone about what I saw. A nanoparticle of pink came back into his complexion, though he still hadn't looked me in the eye. Yet, this startled him a little. I don't know what made me do it. Perhaps I just sensed something in him. Some buried need to be punished for his sins. My mood became dark and my voice became more threatening. Show me your cock, I demanded.
Well, I know it's unreal love.